Now, she's young, Greek, beautiful and talented. She portrayed the secretary in the Berberian Sound Studio, a British film directed by Peter Strickland. And more recently, she experienced the high life as one of the Bond girls in Skyfall. We'd very much like to welcome to the studio Tonia Sotiropoulou.
Tonia, thank you so much for joining me here in the studio.
It's a pleasure to be here, thank you. And it's lovely. You're all
Do you
great.
like our set?
Yes, I love it. It's pretty wonderful. No, thank you for having me.
Oh,
it's
you're
absolutely
very
my
welcome.
pleasure.
Now, I'm so interested in you, so I'm going to take you all the way back to the beginning. You're from Greece and you made the move to London. What was the thinking behind this decision?
I moved to London 4 years ago and I wanted to do film. I mean, I've been an actress for 8 years now. I'm 25 years old and I really love London because it's sort of a centre for British films, European and American films as well. So I thought it would be the best place to be, and that's why I decided to move here.
So do you think then, I'm right in saying from what you've just said, that it's the centre hub for Europeans? It's better to come to London before we make the big leap to Hollywood?
I think so. I mean, I prefer to do that. And I also love the discipline that London offers you and the way the industry works here. So yes, I think you can focus a lot more on what exactly you want to achieve when you're an actor, and you can either, focus on trying to do blockbusters, but also do really beautiful arty films. So that's why.
And talking about blockbusters, Skyfall, you're in it. Let's take a quick look at the trailer.
Country.
England.
Gun.
Shot.
Agent.
Provocateur.
Murder.
Employment.
Skyfall. Skyfall.
Done. Some men are coming to kill us. We're gonna kill them first.
Now, Tonia, that looks incredible.
It's a wonderful film. I mean, Sam Mendes is a god, officially, I think.
He is, but now it's just us girls. Let's get down to business. Daniel Craig and yourself, how do you prepare for a steamy scene like that?
I mean, I don't know, because he's very accessible. Before I met him, I was really, really stressed. I mean, I have a very small part in Skyfall, and basically the focus is, a love scene between Bond and that girl, his lover. So I was very stressed to do that.
Understandably.
But when I met him, he's very relaxed, very laid back as a person. He's very funny. He has a great sense of humor, and he's a gentleman, 100%. So it's very easy to work with him. It was actually, I really enjoyed it, and we had a lot of fun. So for me, it wasn't like, seeing a star, playing with a star. It was like being with someone that I've known for a long time, if it makes sense. Because he makes one feel very comfortable, and he's very protective of the people he works with. And I really enjoyed it.
So that's great. And in a scene like that, does the director come in and is it very technical? Because from an audience's point of view, we're a bit like, oh, I wonder how that went down. But I guess, does the director come in and does he talk angles? Does he talk lights? Does he talk through the whole process so you feel completely comfortable with what you're about to do?
Yes, he does, but it's a very closed set. I mean, it was just the camera and sound. So, and then the two of us, and Sam Mendes would come in and say, you should do it this way or that way. Yes, but I think generally, not especially for Bond, when you're an actor and you have a sex scene or a love scene, it is very important to focus on the other person and sort of forget what's around you and the fact that you're on a set. So you make it, you know, as comfortable as possible and as real as possible.
And now going from Bond to horror, Berberian Sound Studio. Let's talk about that, but before it, let's take a little look at the trailer.
Sì, è qui.
It's beautiful and a big collaboration. Begin.
I didn't quite know I'd be working on this sort of film.
What's your problem?
I'll do this stuff. After all, you're here to do a job.
This is not a horror film. This is a Santini film.
What I admired about you was that you were an artist, that you were doing this with a love.
Sounds a little watery. Is there any fresh marrow?
Francesco tells me you are trying to escape.
There's no reason to escape.
Who's there?
You're right. This is going to be a fantastic film.
This game's up, boy. No more jumping through hooks.
Don't be afraid. A new world of sound awaits you. A new world that requires all your magic powers.
Wow, Tonia, from action to horror. Talk me through the process of working on a horror film.
This is a very special film. First of all, it's a Skyfall as well, but I'm extremely proud of Berberian Sound Studio, and Peter Strickland is an absolutely amazing director. And it's a film that got nominated for 7 BIFA awards, amongst other nominations, and we're all really, really proud. And well, you sort of let the audience decide if it's a horror film.
Okay.
I think that's how it ended up being, because it's a film that basically shows you how sound is made in horror films. And you still get emotion from what you see. When in normal horror films you have a scene, you know, like a murder or something, and sound influences the way you feel, but now it's like the backstage of the scenes. It's very weird. It's a very personal film for Peter as well. And it was great working with Toby Jones and this wonderful cast. And it's a very special film, and we were all pretty nervous before it came out, because we didn't know if people would accept it, how they would perceive it, if they would understand it, and the fact that everyone loves it so much is a great accomplishment for us. And it is great, you know, when you do films that are not as big budget as Bond, for example, that you put a lot of love into it, and then people, you know, accept it and they like it. Sure. It's even a bigger accomplishment.
Yeah, it must be difficult when you get a script, because you're just looking at pages. It will eventually become something massive. But early in your career, you seem to have made some great choices. So thank you so much for coming into the studio today.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me.
We look forward to seeing much, much more of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.